Hi, so this is the superhero hunter website that I have created. So if I reload the website, so this is the shimmer UI that I have created to create that fake animation effect so that the user has that psychological impact that yes, some data will be loaded onto the screen. So firstly, this is the search button. So if I enter anything, like I have to search all the superheroes that contain S in them. So these are all the superheroes that have S. Then I have created this add to favorites button. So as soon as I click on this icon, so this superhero gets added to my favorites list and I can access that from here. So these are all the favorites that the user have added. I can also remove these from here like this. And these favorites are consistent. So if I example choose these four as favorites and I reload the website, so after reloading also these are consistent, these are still in my favorites list. Then if I click on any superhero, so this is the superhero card. So this all these details I am getting from the API. The description we were not receiving from the APIs, we were receiving a blank description, so I have put in a dummy in place of that. And these are the other details about the superhero, like the comics, the events, series, and the stories. So now moving on to the code part. So this is the code. So basically we are using two HTML files, index.html and superhero.html, to display those two pages, to the index page and the superhero page. Main logic starts from the index.js file, where I have created a generate hash method which is responsible to create the hash and the timestamp that we require to hit the API. So after we get the hash from this method, then we pass this to the fetch characters method. So this hash and the timestamp and the public key, all three are passed to this fetch characters method, which hits the API and returns us the response. So we get this response from here, and after we get the response, then we pass this response to the display characters method. And this is the method that is responsible to create all the cards that we were seeing on the website. So it gets this array and it iterates through each element and then create this card. To create that favorites icon, I have used a font awesome library here. So whenever the user click on any favorite icon, then this toggle favorite method is responsible to add that superhero into the favorites item array or to remove if it is already present. I have used a local storage to access this set this favorites array and access this also, so that it remain consistent whenever the user reload the browser or uh, close the browser and reopens it again. So this list will be consistent because we are fetching the favorites from the local storage, browser's local storage. So this is all in the index.js, and after that we have some event listeners. This is the favorite is event listener. So to display that favorite page, this is the home event listener to display the home page, and this is the search button event listener to search based on the text that the user enters into the text field. Then like this we have the superhero.js file. This also uses the same generate hash method that we were using in index.js to get the hash and the timestamp. Also we here we extract the superhero ID from the URL, and then we pass this all these things together to the fetch character details method. So this fetch character details hit the API, and this API returns the response of a particular hero that we are querying currently. So for a particular hero we will get the response. Then after receiving the response, here in the details variable we pass this details to this display character details method. Now this display character details has all the logic to render the HTML that we were seeing on the superhero page, this page. So we are fetching everything from the API, like this thumbnail, then the superhero name, then it can have many comics. For example, a particular superhero can have many comics, so we are iterating through the comics content one by one, and then mapping that comic content to a list item, and then we are displaying that list item here collectively. Same we are doing for the events, series, and stories. So this is the superhero.js file. This logic here is basically to create these tab buttons. So on the click of tab buttons, this JavaScript code is responsible to highlight this particular button and to display these events on the click, on the button click. So that logic is being handled here. So that is all. So this is the code, and this is the file structure. CSS I have created in the CSS folder, HTML in the HTML, and all the JavaScript files are present in the JavaScript folder. And the same has been hosted on GitHub. And here I am using Parcel as a bundler to bundle all the code and host it to the GitHub website. Thank you.